Changes from the defeat to Hearts: Romans in for Sterling, Barron in for Raskin, Antman for Skov Olsen, no place for Nadiri even on the bench. Just feels a bit like throwing shit against the wall at this point with the selection. Rangers were travelling to Celtic Park to try and deny Celtic the opportunity of putting themselves in pole position for the league title, with hosts hosting league leaders Hearts at Celtic Park on the final day, where I'm convinced they will win the league. Engels with a long-range effort and Butland was unconvincing in dealing with it, almost gifting Celtic the lead. Rangers were trying to weather the Celtic storm. Rangers got up the other end. Moore, with plenty of space, found Chermiti, who fired wide. And then Rangers took the lead in 9 minutes. Chermiti manages to scramble through. His shot was blocked, but Moore falls in to make it 1-0. Chermiti was causing Celtic's backline all sorts of problems. Maeda had his first chance at goal, found by Young, poor defending by Fernandez, and wide from Maeda. Romans saving the day for Rangers. Nygren headed wide after some good play by Celtic, and here was the first dumpster fire of a decision. 1-1 in 22 minutes, a brilliant reverse pass by McCowan. Engels found Young, who made no mistake. Disgrace that was allowed to stand. 2 Celtic players standing in an offside position when the shot was taken, and one of them in the eye line of Butland. But apparently, because he wasn't going to save it, it's fine. So we're just making up as we go along now. Almost an own goal from Scales. Good play by Romans. Found Moore, and his cross was almost converted by Scales. Fernandez saves the day after Moore left Rangers exposed after a corner and Celtic wasted a 4-on-2. Fernandez saves the day for Rangers. Celtic almost in for 2-1 with a sliding challenge. Just seen the Johnston challenger at half time. How that was not a red, I mean, what is the point? Second half, Nygren put in a dangerous ball, but Maeda couldn't get there. Celtic led in 53 minutes. Tierney found Maeda just far too easy. Celtic haven't beat Rangers in the league for a long time, and today that changed. Maeda scored a spectacular third, a superb overhead kick. Tunekti turned Tavernier inside out, and it was a moment of magic from Maeda, to be fair. I'm not sure. I got a message through there. I'm not sure Danny Roll can or should survive this. I mean, I have to be honest, I'm probably in the Danny Roll out camp now. I mean, that's 3 league defeats in a row. For a Rangers manager, that's a disaster. That's not happened since Dick Advocat was in charge, and you think about some of the managers we've had since then, with Michael Beale and Caixinha. So I mean, I think he'll get the last 2 games of the season, and then that'll be it. I think it's going to have to be it, because it's going to be, like what everyone's saying, Groundhog Day. And it's not a good start for the American owners. I've tried to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt. The signings have been poor. The 2 managerial appointments have been bizarre and poor, both a disaster in the end. I mean, Danny Roll did well initially, but there was games where we were like, you know, that could have been better. And this absolute collapse in the split when you're going for a league title is unacceptable. The players just look like they can't be bothered, not interested. And we've seen signs of it in the Falkirk game. Thought we'd learn from that. Got cut open like butter by Motherwell. The second half against Hearts was unacceptable. I don't think we were that great in the first half either. I think it was just the fact that Hearts were that poor in the first half. The signings have been poor as well. I mean, the fact that Tello Asgard been back in the scene and just offers pretty much nothing. I mean, you could see he's got ability, but he's not suited for the Scottish game. Gassama, apart from like the early part of the season, has been a disgrace. Antman, you know, he's not, to be fair, he's not really had the opportunity, but today he was poor. Skov Olsen's been a disaster. Shukawani seems like he's kind of gone off a cliff. It just a real kind of disaster. And Rangers, another bizarre decision, didn't take the opportunity to sign Lawrence Shankland on a free in the summer. I mean, yeah, he didn't have a great season the season before, but that's sure as hell came back to bite us. So where do we go from here? A new manager in the summer. I'm not convinced that bringing back Steven Gerrard would be the answer, but at least the team would have a bit of heart and actually show something, because this has just been completely unacceptable. And I think we should be targeting players in the Scottish League. I mean, we're not going to get the Bakwahinse guy from Motherwell, because I think he'll be off to Celtic along with the Motherwell manager. It'll be very interesting to see that result on Wednesday night. I think we'll kind of realise where things are going with that then. But Rangers will be looking at players like Elliot Watt. I think, was it just from Motherwell, or there was someone else? I mean, there's players we should be looking at. Luke Graham as well from Dundee. He's had a very good season. Players that know the Scottish League and actually are going to kind of put in the hard yards, because these players for the most part have just absolutely flopped. The European campaign was a disaster, out of both cups to Celtic, and an absolute collapse in the league. And Celtic set to go and win the league despite them being awful all season. Because Hearts are only 1 point above them now, and they'll be feeling the pressure going into that Falkirk game, unless Motherwell can do them a favour. I mean, I fully expected it from when the fixtures were made that Celtic will beat Hearts on the final day to win the league.